While filming the homeless encampment surrounding the Veterans Administration in Los Angeles, I stumbled upon an old trailer that's been converted into a barber shop. Called the Freedom Barber Shop, it's run by an old Native American man who goes by the name of Dreamer. He does free haircuts for our homeless veterans. He invited us in for a chat, and I found his philosophy on helping the homeless different and refreshing. Likewise, his take on life overall is empowering. Dreamer shares with us his views on how the pandemic caused us to adapt and made many of us stronger, how we build our own prisons that confine us, and how vast our own potential really is. Join us in the Freedom Barber Shop. I hope you enjoy our chat with Dreamer as much as we did.
And I come across individuals here and everywhere. I'll tell them a story.
Yeah.
And I embellish the hell out of the stories. But I just enjoy the idea and the ability to come in contact with men that have lost everything, men that have little or nothing to live for. And then I say to them, wait a minute, if you were an Indian, this would be how you would be taught to be at that junction all the time, where you are just yourself and asking the question, who am I? Over there to your right, there's a little picture of a little trailer, and that's how it looked back in the 50s.
Oh, yeah. Holy crap.
And my mom would cook a bunch of tortillas right there.
Right.
Smoke chimney up that way, little pipe, 8-inch pipe. And anyway, we went all over the country doing farm work.
Oh, okay.
And I decided after all of my experiences that I could go back and see if I could find that little trailer. I went and dug it out, and he gave it to me. It was a piece of old junk out buried half in the desert sand. When we dug it out, and I let it sit out there for quite a while, I had all those memories, and I brought all. What if I could reactivate or refurbish, or let's say recondition the history of this trailer? The process was about $150,000 worth of money to take a old beat up trailer and convert it into a commercial coach. That's never been done. There was no taco trucks then. There was no Star Wagons. The Star Wagons for the movies, that's where I got the idea. Well, these people can take these trailers onto private property, no problem, but they got to have a special permit to park them on county and state and city roads. So what if I could do that? But it took about 5 years from the idea to actually it being ready to do what it does now, and that is free haircuts all over. The idea of it finding a home here was an interesting event, in that one day I was here, and I must have logged in about 200 free haircuts, all homeless guys, vets, and all of that. And I decided I got to figure out how to bring this trailer here and let it stay here. And I did not make myself available for a short period of time, and the guys started to politically tell the people that could make a decision, bring that barber back, bring that barber back. And the boys would venture out into the boulevard, and they couldn't afford the neighborhood prices. There's a different perspective to being homeless that you just can't paint all the homeless people with one brush, You've got to be able to see that there are individuals out there that have a lot of personal issues. And they have all the professionals here for them. They have the resources to help these men. But I don't know if you're familiar with third world countries. You can take all the barriers away and send all the resources to them, and you go back in a few years and nothing has happened. So I know this sounds old, but there was a song, "What the World Needs Is More Love," when you become engaged with someone and you become one with them and you appreciate them in a different way. You're not there to self-serve. You're there to actually become aware of their issues, and then you're kind to them, and you're able to speak to them from not a condescending position or a position of power. You speak to them in a position of understanding, because what you're actually seeing is a reflection of yourself. And that's why you have to be careful. You're a thief if you give a guy $1 or $5. You're a thief if you think that you're going to help him. You are helping yourself, because for those $2 that you give him, you are basically buying your little ticket to feeling good about yourself. So that is really a thief. But talking about how to see things from a different perspective, we were told to stay indoors. We were told to do with the pandemic, But a lot of us learned to entertain ourselves in a different way. It was a major shift in breaking our routines. So we woke up to a whole new way of doing business,
Adapt or die.
So that shows how flexible we are.
Yeah.
What could be better than that?
What?
And creative.
Yeah.
So I'm cutting this guy's hair, and I said, I can't do your hair here because I'm not allowed. Now I'm allowed a little bit, but now I'm going to do what we're going to do. He says, well, Dreamer, they have this machine that you plug to your battery. It's called an introverter or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Inverter.
Inverter.
Some introverter.
Takes it from 12 volts and puts out 110, yeah.
Yeah. So it takes a battery, a 12-volt battery, and you plug it in, and you can run clippers.
See?
I was around town in the alleys, in the shadows, hiding in my own country. I'm a Native American. I'm thinking, hey, I work here, don't I? I thought this was a place where I could hang out, but I guess maybe I got to hide now. So, but I get to thinking, this has forced me to be more creative. People would try by, hey, can you give me yeah, come on in, give me whatever you got. And so some people give me $1, $5. A guy even gave me $100. Man, I needed that. I'm going to a meeting, and it was on one of the side in the alleys with the inverter and a 12-volt battery. Are you flexible? You're a movie maker. You're a creative guy. You probably could take this storm better than, take this storm better than anybody else because of the ability to see through it. It's like taking roll call without taking a roll call. And you see how reactionary people are and how predictable they are and how fear plays into their lives.
Yep.
Everybody's afraid. Who wants to live in fear? Dreamers don't. We're all going to have to die, but not everybody gets to live like a dreamer. And some people are happy because they work, they get paid whether they create or not. But us that create, we have to create stuff that doesn't exist. And that is our true gift. And to do that, you have to be flexible so that the ordinary everyday realities don't knock you off into becoming a reactionary function can become a Christian, you become whatever. You can become a businessman, you can become in whatever group, it becomes a culture. And then the reactionary function of the culture basically controls how, you created a jail here, you created a place where you're incarcerated, but you build it. We as individual humans, we can be flexible and vacillate back and forth into worlds that you can actually create as a creator. You're going to create something, and it's not over yet. You were sent here for a reason, and the unrealized potential is that there is no lid to it.